First off, I would just say my name is tombara, batubo. Most people call me Tammy. Some people call me Catalyst. Some people call me various things, but I basically see myself as an example of what um, any young person can do looking into the next generation. My background is very simple. I'm the first son in a family of five, where a single mother, who is a civil servant, have been taking care of all of us since age 7. And looking through life and looking how things went, I was basically looking at this can be all to life, in which we go to school, we study hard, we come out, we look for a safe job, we work for 40 years, and we retire with basically less than what we expected. And in answering these questions, going through, I started studying various people that had the lifestyle that I wanted, had the big dreams. Because when we were growing up, we all have dreams. I don't know about here in Benin, but over in Port Harcourt, when I was growing up, there is every young child has this thing for limousines. Was it here? Did we have it? Every young child has this thing for limousines. That when you see cars pass, it will come out along the road and will say, "That's my car, that's my car." When we see one that is not fine, we'll look, "That's your own." And it just brings to mind how we are as children, that we all have big dreams, big aspirations. But as we go on in life, society gives us a mold, gives us a pattern. That if you ever want to get these big dreams achieved, there is this pattern you have to follow. And many of us follow this pattern not because we want to, but because we basically don't see a better option. Are we together? Are we together? About 10 years ago, I was questioning that pattern, the pattern of life, questioning it a lot. Then I heard a story which basically defined my life since then till now. I would like to share that story with us as a way of introducing what we'll be talking about over the next 9 minutes. And this story is the story of the yardstick of life. Now, the young man that showed me this is in his early 30s, about 31 as at then, 10 years ago. He was making about 4 million naira every month, and that was a while back. And I was looking at this young man, I was talking about dreams, seeing a young man living a dream, the lifestyle I wanted, the lifestyle everybody wanted. And he said, there are two paths to life. And these two paths can be illustrated using the yardstick of life. Now, everybody knows a yardstick. A yardstick has 36 inches, right? It's used by the tailors to measure cloth. It's used by surveyors to measure length, right? It's used for doing so many things. I wish I had one here that would really done the illustration better, but follow me. Now, a yardstick has 36 inches from 0 to 36. And I'm going to allow each inch to represent 2 years, which means that a yardstick represents how many years? 72 years, right? Right? Hello? 36 inches, 72 years. And let inch 0 represent when the person is born. And inch 36, which is 72, represents when the person leaves this planet. Everybody has this lifespan. The average lifespan today is said to be 70 by scientists, but let's leave the extra 2. Are we together? This is the path that a lot of us have seen. We spend the first 12 inch of our lives, which is the first 24 years of our lives, doing what everybody expects us to do, getting an education, going from primary, secondary, university, bagging all the degrees we want to bag, with one hope. The hope is that those are our childhood dreams will come to pass after we do this thing and we do it correctly. Are we together? You come out with the first class, come out with the all that, within that first 12 inches, your life is made. That's how we were told. That was how I was told. My mom is a teacher, so that was how I was told. So we work a lot within that first 12 inch, 24 years. And this is what 97% of people do. After the first 24 years, they spend the next 20 inches, the next 40 years, working a job. There's nothing wrong with working a job. There's nothing wrong with working a job and doing something that you're passionate about. The only problem is if you're doing it with the idea that this thing you're doing will bring your childhood dreams to pass, then you will see that you'll never get it done. Are we together? A lot of people spend the next 20 years, 40 years of their lives. They work a job, they do all they can, and statistics show that less than 2% of people actually live the lifestyle of their dreams after 40 plus 24, 64 years. Majority, or the vast majority, end up in regrets, end up sick, and many of them die even before that age. This is one path. This is the path society laid for us. But there is another path. The second path is the path of using any 2 inch of your life, any 2 inch, which is 4 years, to master the skills required for building a business system. Are we together? Are we together? Now, what do I mean by a business system? A business system is represented by a formula, and the formula is called VVF. Someone say VVF. The first V basically stands for a value. Value. Every business system always begins with a value, because money is not in heaven, money is not on earth. Money is always in the pockets and in the accounts of people. If you can find a value that will force them to bring out the money, you're already on the first path. Are we together? Are we together? The second V is volume. It doesn't matter the value. If you don't understand the second V, the first V becomes irrelevant. Because there are many individuals today that that can make better cakes, better meat pie, better fried rice than Genesis, than KFC, than McDonald's. Are we together? But McDonald's is a better business than all the others. Why? Because McDonald's mastered the second V, which is volume, creating a large number of persons to appreciate that value in a system format. Are we together? Are we together? The problem of many entrepreneurship meetings that I attended at least, was that they told us that all we need is a vision. Just get the vision and provision will come. That's a big problem. Because we start writing visions and visions start piling up on books. We have books that are not from heaven to earth and yet no money. The idea is creating a volume system. And that was new to me. 10 years ago, I started learning how that is done. And what I learned within that system, how that is done, allowed me to do a few things. Yeah, it allowed me to, in building a volume, first thing first, you need great partners. Because anywhere you want to go to in life, other people have already gone there. Are we together? Are we together? Once you locate individuals that are going around that direction, you lock arms with them, then you have the ability to learn. 10 years ago, I met someone that was doing 4 million a month, had a very strong system in building a volume. I was giving him that amount every single month. And I locked down with a few of them, Moses, Pascal, and a few of them, to learn how a volume is built. Now, this is someone that, as I was still in school, from a very poor background, but just had this dream that everything that we've taught around how life should work, it's not the correct path. Are we together? And started learning. I realized that within 2 years of building a volume, 2 years of building a volume, helping other individuals understand the VVF model, the value system, the volume creation, and of course, the F is frequency anyway. Frequency allows any person to create wealth. And within that 2-year period of time, we found ourselves helping several people within my state at least, people from across all age groups, from secondary, from university, year one, up onto individuals that are working, to be able to have an additional cash flow, some of them to a tune of 500,000 a month, 1 million a month, 2 million a month. Some of them resigned from the jobs they were doing because that first part of 40 years was not really their passion. They were doing it because people expected them to do it. Are we together? Are we together? Many of them resigned, started living the lifestyle they want, spending more time with family. And it's really exciting because everything that happened then comes from a simple understanding of how this thing works. Now, I'm here today, it's been many years later, and I must say that when I got in contact with Jocks and what's happening here, I said, okay, let's share the vision of what's going on and the movement that is happening. What we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, It's the simple concept of allowing individuals to learn what the VVF system is about: the value, the volume, the frequency. And we call that community the grind and grow. Within the grind and grow community, we bring together entrepreneurs, individuals that are ready to grind for their big dreams, and show them exactly how the system works. Now, I'll dive a little bit deeper, then I'll bring the meeting to it. I'll just end it here. If every ant in Benin has 1,000 naira, they are going to their respective holes with it. Every ant. They are going to their respective holes with it. You're seeing them moving around, and you want the money. How are you going to get it? Yes, there are many ways you could say. I asked this question one time in a meeting, and one young man stood up. He said, "Tombara, let me understand the question. I'm seeing the ants, they have 1,000 naira passing me, and I need the money." It's like, yes. How are you going to get it? He said, very simple. He's going to look for broom and start killing the ants one by one. Another individual stood up and said, "You're too slow. Looking for a broom, someone would have run away. Just stand up. What are you wearing? Slippers, shoes. Start matching anyone." Now, the thought around what he said is cool, but you can never kill 500 ants at a time, consistently, every day. Are we together? You will break down. You need a system that allows you to do that. Within a grind and grow, we're putting together a system, or we've put together a system that can allow an individual use the internet. The internet today is creating more millionaires today, or more million-dollar earners today than any time in history. Use the internet to create a system for themselves. Forex, cryptocurrency, stocks, real estate, all these things are various values out there. However, we've not been taught how this is done. Over the next 5 years, 5, 10, 15 years, we've dedicated ourselves to a grind and grow to teach the principles we've learned over the past 10 years to help individuals capitalize on the internet, change the paradigm shift across the nation, across the states, and down to the individual level, and create new narratives for families. Over the past 5 years, I'm glad to say that the little things that I've learned has allowed me to be able to help my mom, who for the past 30 years, working as a civil servant, makes 128,000 naira a month, put her on a monthly salary that is way over that on a monthly basis. Allow me to take care of my younger ones, 4 of them, to a very comfortable level. Allow me to be able to come out of school and not think about going to get a job for the sake of getting a job. We're actually helping other individuals create job opportunities. I'm excited to say that I look forward to a future where individuals who come out of school, before they go for their youth service, they're already set up with all the finances they need to start pursuing their big dreams and not have a situation of saying, let me work for 4 years, gather the capital, then go and pursue the dream, because that system never works. Thank you very much.